My name is Brian Bittner, and this is my 112 term project. It's a program called ULabel. Before we actually open up the program, we're going to look at some of the context of what the program does for the robotics field and classification systems. So here's a video of a car driving through an urban environment. On top of the car is a laser that takes in 3D and 2D data. The 2D data is from cameras strapped on top of the vehicle. And what the robot's going to do is make decisions based on the data that's coming into it in real time. But after a test run, a robot wants to know if the decisions it made were correct, which is where labeling the data comes in so that the robot can know what the actual data was that it was taking in. So that's where labelers will label images like these. And this is the common software used by a lot of research projects right now. It's called LabelMe. It's been developed by MIT. And what you do is you click around a region to segment it, and then you can just type in what label you want for it. This is a good program, but unfortunately it takes a really long time to label each image, and that's where I try to improve upon this process with my program. So now we can take a look at it. Okay, so let's take a look at the program. The program's name is ULabel. It's an image labeling tool like we discussed, and these three modules allow the user to prepare and label a segmented image. And what I mean by segmented is that the image is divided into different parts based on pixelation differences. And we can see a final product in the labeling module. So if I load up a file, here's a file that's been pre-segmented. All these files are from Microsoft's research database, which for object detection. So a lot of research institutions use this database. Okay, so here's the picture, and now essentially what I can do is, rather than clicking around the image to segment it and then clicking on it to identify it, I can simply just click inside the image, and there it is. And I can do that for all parts of the car and even the building and windows behind it. Like this bush here and the ground and the side and the shadow of the car and the ground here, the sidewalk. I can also zoom in and move around, and then to designate what you want the label to be, you just enter it here and assign it. There's also two other modules that help create this image. The quantization lab can let you manipulate the image by selecting a threshold, and if the RGB values are contained within that threshold for each one, then all those pixels are grouped into one generalized color, and that helps the auto segmenter segment the image by finding pixel differentials and separating different parts of the image based on those differentials. That's a very quick description of what my project does and how it does it. For a more extensive look at the project, you can follow the alternate YouTube link. Okay, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my project.